we went to Melbourne. Paul was working close to my parents, so I went to visit, and I needed to do a few errands as well. So while I was there, we bought a second incubator because we've got a heap of guinea fowl eggs, and I'd love to increase the herd, or the flock rather. It's really dangerous to let guinea fowl sit on eggs where we are because they like to sit on them in the field, and we have a resident fox or 2 or 3. And last time a guinea fowl didn't come home, it didn't come home for good. So we decided that we're going to take the eggs away and incubate them ourselves. We've got 19 eggs. I'll have 20 tomorrow. And not all of those are going to be fertile because some of them are older than the recommended 7 days. Chicken eggs, they recommend 10 days. But guinea fowl eggs, I read that they're supposed to be fertile for 7 days. But anyway, we're going to put them all in and see if we can hatch out half or even a quarter would be awesome. Guinea fowl are awesome for deterring snakes and eating ticks and grasshoppers, which we've got plenty of. So they're a really handy addition to our farm. That is a really annoying noise. Especially because we do have so many deadly snakes here, just to scare them off around the house paddock because that's where they like to hang out, and eat the grasshoppers because, again, my veggie patches are in and around that house paddock. So if we can eradicate as many of those as possible, it's going to be better off for us in the veggie patch. But today it's day 16, or soon tick over to day 17. I haven't candled the eggs at day 14 yet, but I want to remove all the ones that are blank or not fertile. So we'll be doing that today as well, and tomorrow we're going to put them into lockdown. I apologise for the noise. My husband's doing lots of jobs in here while I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, I'm going to candle the 96 eggs in here, and we're going to take out the ones that aren't fertile. Hopefully we get a better hatch rate this time around, and hopefully we get some guinea eggs that are fertile. These are all my infertile eggs. To say I'm annoyed is a gross understatement. I think I paid $120 for those eggs. And I'm going to count how many of them are fertile now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs out of 3 dozen. I am blank. I'm so annoyed. I think I won't be buying fertile eggs anymore. I'm just going to be buying hens to lay me eggs because that is just ridiculous. And I know it's not us. because I bought light Sussex eggs and silver Sussex eggs and Barneveld eggs, and I've got 80% fertility in those. And I've got Leghorn and Eyes Across, and I've got 90% fertility in those. So I know that's not us, I know it's that person's eggs. And I'm livid. Oh, so annoyed. So these are my numbers. I've got 2 out of 2 quail eggs that I think are fertile. They were very hard to see because of the shell. They're speckled and they're thick. I've got 2 out of 6 Brahma eggs that are fertile. I've got 10 out of 12 I've got 10 out of 12 Barneveld eggs fertile. I've got 12 out of 12 silver Sussex and 9 out of 12 light Sussex. Now these Wyandottes are all from the same person that gave me the Brahma eggs for free. I've got 1 of the Wyandotte silver pencil out of 11. 1 was broken, so we didn't put that in. I've got 2 out of 12 of the Wyandotte partridge. I've got 0 Wyandotte silver laced. 0 out of 12 that are fertile. Lovely. I've got 7 out of 7 Leghorn. They're from my flock. And 7 out of 10 Eyes Across. So that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting a much better fertility and hatch rate. Really, I don't know what hatch rate's going to be because we're not there yet. But I think I might have to message her and see what she says, because that's ridiculous. That's really disappointing, especially when you pay so much for eggs that are supposed to be fertile. So this is our new incubator. This is cheap Chinese incubator. Should I say that one here? Take 2. So this is our new incubator. It's a really cheap one compared to just a cheap one. You can tell the quality difference in the plastics and in the display. I'm going to do a full review once we hatch out here in a month's time. But we're going to pop our guinea fowl eggs in here. This is a 48, I believe, and we've got 19 guinea fowl eggs. I'll have 20 tomorrow in the morning if I can find the one that gets laid. So we're just going to pop them in, and hopefully we get a couple of guinea fowl eggs. Hopefully we get a good hatch rate because they've come from our farm. We found that when the eggs come from our farm, we get great fertility and a great hatch rate. In saying that, we haven't seen the boy guineas do their job. There's 1 girl and 2 boys. We haven't seen them do their thing. But hopefully they are, because they seem to be quite protective and they kind of fight a little bit over her. And you'll find out in a couple of weeks when I start to candle. We'll see if there's any fetuses developing in them, and then again in 28 days when they're supposed to hatch. So we're just going to load them in here and hope for the best. Wish us luck. Good night, guys.